Your Excellency, the Minister of Communication, Your Excellency, the Minister Delegate, estimate Head of Diplomatic Missions and Consular Posts, distinguished representative of international organizations, all protocol duly respected. Kindly allow me to welcome and thank you for having honored my invitation. For some time now, Cameroon has been facing myriad challenges, especially the situation prevailing in the northwest and southwest regions. The relentlessness fight against the Boko Haram terrorist sect, managing the influx of refugees and internally displaced persons, dealing with the post-election protests orchestrated by a certain political party and the smear campaign propagated in certain cycles, mainly via social media. First and foremost, may I be allowed to recall that Cameroon, my country, is positioned strategically within the Gulf of Guinea as for the fight against terrorism, the management of refugees, maritime transport, and economic stability. On this count, Cameroon has never spared any effort geared towards peace and stability within this region, which is so vital for the geostrategic equilibrium of the African continent. In its consistent effort to keep public opinion informed, the government, once more, through my voice, would like to shed light on these happenings, which are at poles apart with the actual situation on the ground nationwide. With regard to the situation in the northwest and southwest regions, which is drawing the greatest attention, the government wishes to recall that in this part of its territory, Cameroon continues be confronted with criminal and destabilization acts perpetrated by secessionist groups using terrorist methods, which have already claimed many lives, swelled the ranks of refugees and internally displaced persons, and caused substantial material damage, as well as destroy the economic fabric of these two regions. Based on recent developments on the field, it could be clearly observed that secessionist claims have already given way to banditry and criminal activities compounded by hostages takings and demands for ransom. Still on this issue, some people are claiming that the government of Cameroon has opted for a military solution to this problem. This is far from being true. As a matter of fact, as from the genesis of the crisis, the government has been engaged in dialogue with all the stakeholders. It was within this framework that the Prime Minister, head of government, went down to the field in the region for discussions with all the parties involved. Government missions were equally undertaken abroad in order to meet with the diaspora. Following these consultations, which some members of the diaspora wanted to deter, the head of state, President Biya, while considering the legitimate claims, then took the economic and social measures that you all know so well. He particularly instructed the government to speed up the decentralization process, which, according to a majority of the people of these regions, is the solution to the problem. Furthermore, the government set a structure in charge of managing the humanitarian situation and another one for promoting the mobilization, disarmament, and reintegration. All these measures have already started bearing fruits. On another note, the Cameroonian army is on the ground to protect the people and their property against secessionist terrorists and carry out its Republican mission of safeguarding the territorial integrity of our country. Your Excellencies, estimate head of diplomatic missions and consular posts, estimate representative of international organizations, as part of the assigned mission of restoring order, preserving our territorial integrity, as well as protecting the population and property, Cameroon Defense and Security Forces were mobilized and deployed on the field. They are carrying out their duties in strict compliance with international law. In carrying out their mission of securing the regions rocked by the crisis, members of defense and security forces have always demonstrated a sense of professionalism in spite of acts of aggression and provocation of the separatist armed groups. Furthermore, where there were proven cases of human rights violations, appropriate sanctions were taken against defaultees. Therefore, the forces cannot be